Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field.
This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Ready. Strike. Check, strike.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, Lance.
And this nearly an interception right off the bat. An early crisis averted as that winds up incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. McCaffrey on the counter. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Play action, now it's Lance.
This will be caught at Samuel. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
McCaffrey. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Lance.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
They'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive it started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Here's Lance.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. From 21 yards away.
And the Niners will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 26.
Seven Pirates, 79 Broncos.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Hawk 70.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Hurts.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
He'll buy some time right. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 13-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing going rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a Band-Aid.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
Lance and company going on 4th down.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the 49ers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Gould with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Makes the score Niners 14, Eagles nothing. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A little juke. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first two drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
A gain there of 30 big ones.
So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like it.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To try again after the sack. Lance under pressure, and they got to him again. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. That's complete out left to Ayuk.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts. And this is caught by Watkins.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Pulls it in at the 13. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold the lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it'll be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5.
19 lights.
2nd and 5.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He finds his man complete. That's Watkins. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 42. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And the ball is knocked out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out in this third quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we had in the first half. Now that urgency falls on their defense because they can't fall down 3 scores and hope to come back and win this game.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead. That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Throwing his Lance on third down.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A third down pickup of 5. Here comes the 49ers punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And with the play clock about to expire, Kyle Shanahan's going to use a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Got it.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield.
Pat for 11. Pat for 11.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
He's got the first down and more than that.
Touchdown, Eagles!
Devontae Smith,
42 yards.
and the Eagles are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum is sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Now a play fake. Lance
out to his left. This one caught by Kittle.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Here's McCaffrey.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he only manages a couple here, down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Ready.
Lance going to sneak it. And he is going to have the Niners first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
Okay,
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
check pitch. Ready.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
He'll get it to the 23-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Give him 2 on the play there, and it'll be a San Francisco first down. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And from his corner spot, that was James Bradbury on the defensive side.
Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Understand? Ultra. 38. 43 rails.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire 2nd half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the 2nd half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.